Hello and welcome everyone to Women Speakers Association, WSA-TV. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer of WSA-TV, and I have a great, incredible lineup of guests for you today. I'm a digital media and marketing strategist. I'm also the author of Social Media Myths Busted, the Small Business Guide to Online Revenue. You can find me at transformtoday.com, and I'm here in lovely San Diego. And if you haven't already explored the world of Women Speakers Association, today you have an opportunity to get to know some fabulous experts, as you see here on the screen. And our show is all about today how to overcome fear and adversity and really rise above it. And before we get into our topic today, I want to introduce you to everyone. So let's go around and meet Darlean. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Dr. Darlean Ketchens. I am a clinical Christian counselor, a preacher, and a teacher. I reside in Laurel, Maryland, and just glad to be here. I love Women Speakers Association because it is an organization that empowers women to empower other women throughout the world.
It sure is, and we're so glad to have you. Let's go over to Shanice. Hi, Shanice.
Hi, I'm Shanice Collins, and it's great to meet you, Laura and Darlean. And I'm a powerful coach, author, and speaker. I have a book coming out in 2 weeks. It's called Resilient on Purpose, so be on the lookout for it. I also decided to join the Women's Speakers Association because I feel it's a great way to network. I can learn a lot from women who have already been speaking, from those of us who are just trying to break into speaking. And it's just a place that, as Darlean said, you're helping one another. So I'll learn and I hope to help and vice versa. And I reside in Virginia.
Wonderful. And we look forward to learning from you as well. So, and Natalie, hi.
Hi. All right. I'm so delighted. Hi, girls. I love you all.
Hi.
I feel deeply honored to be part of the Women Speaker Association, because it's all about women who are leading the world, right? And I'm all about that. My work as a spiritual teacher. So my name is Natalie Kawai. I'm a spiritual teacher, coach, and author. I have a book, Conversation with Mother Goddess. It's all about the power of women. Empowering women into the world. We have to change the world. It has to happen. And I'm here with you, and I want to do that. And I'm in Hawaii, as you can see.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Exactly.
That's great. All right. And we also have the wonderful Marnie. Hi, Marnie.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Hey, I'm so to be a part of the Women Speakers Association because everything in my life is about connecting people together and empowering women and having them empower back. And I really want to spread my message. I wrote my first book this year. I'm an author and a public speaker. It's called Missing, a True Story of a Childhood Lost. And I'm coming to you from Toronto and just really honored to be here. Thank you.
Wow, we have a powerhouse. You women, there's no accident to the title of today's show, and we're going to dive right into how to really rise above and overcome fear and adversity. So I want to dive right in with Darlean and ask you, what advice do you have for people to overcome fear and adversity?
Well, the first and most important thing that I think that you need to know is there is a God. And prayer does change things. And sometimes when you can't find yourself, you have to find someone else to help you on the journey so that you'll get to where you need to be. Fearless of no fear, where you're empowered to be everything that God has called you to be. Wow. My advice today is to be all that you can be within yourself.
Beautiful. Let's just take a deep breath in and take that in. How special. Thank you. And Shanice, I know you have an expertise too to share with us and advice on how to overcome fear and adversity that people face.
Yeah, fear is a common issue that many people face at one point in time in their lives, and it's inevitable. So if someone says they've never feared something, they're not living. I just don't think it's possible that you go through life and you don't have least one instance of something that you feared. And there are ways to overcome it. You can definitely do exercises to overcome fear. I have tips that I share. I even did a little video that's on my Facebook group page yesterday. So it's funny that we're talking about this today. But in a nutshell, I just recommend that you have to face it. So some people say do it afraid. So you're never going to overcome and get out of the comfort zone until you just go for it. So you just have to move forward to get past your fears. You have to face them head on in order to get past them.
Don't shy away from fear. I think a lot of people are in denial, like, oh, I'm not afraid. But that whole energy is like, deer in headlights are afraid. So identifying that fear is key. So thank you for that. And Natalie, as a spiritual teacher, give us your advice.
Yeah, I noticed that, like you said, we all are in denial because we have repressed our emotion. And so my most precious advice is to not deny. To, like my dear colleague, I can't remember his name, so sorry. We have to face our fear. We have to feel them, not blind them away or think something that is going to cover it up, because underneath the fear, there's a part of you that's waiting for you. And that is what we want, to be empowered.
It's scary to think about, though, huh?
I know, but I have a technique.
Great. Is there a name of your technique you have?
It's called LST, which is light speed transmutation. And I teach it with great pleasure. It's phenomenal.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Marnie, I know you have some expertise in this area too.
I do. And what Natalie said really resonated with me, because I believe in order to move beyond the things that make us feel like we're living in damage, you have to live through those things. You have to allow yourself to process them and to feel them, and then to take them out and put them outside of yourselves and either bury it, burn it, whatever it is that you need to do to make it feel like it's gone and it's released. And that's how I live my life. I think no matter where you've come from, whatever your background is, we all have the power within ourselves to rise above the damage and to be everything that we want to be, as long as you're willing to face the things that put you in that place of damage to begin with. And once it's done, it's done. That's the best part about it.
Yeah. That is. It's overcoming fear. It's not about necessarily getting rid of the fear. It's about being able to handle fear better and better, it sounds like. That you're not afraid of fear itself.
Or pain.
Or pain, yes. We have the power. We have enough.
Yes.
We have it all, and we have God, as Darlean said, right? So let's get to know each of you a little bit more. I want to know, what lights you up, and what impact are you dedicated to making in the world, and who do you work with? So, Darlean, why don't you tell us about your passion and who you work with?
Well, I work with children, young adults, and adults, primarily women. My background is I was abused as a child. By all standards, there's no reason I should be standing. Literally gone through adversities from abuse, neglect, incest, the whole gamut of trouble. I've known drugs, alcohol. And then when I came to the realization that there's a God, and I called his name out as Jesus, accepted him as Lord and Savior, here I am now. So I'm proof that you can overcome fear, anger, bitterness, loneliness, pain, and suffering. I myself was in a shelter at one time years ago, and a young lady asked me, well, you should have just went on and killed yourself. And I said, at this point, I decided to live, and I pray that you decide to live and seek help. Don't suffer in silence. That's one of the worst things that we can do to ourselves. Just tell somebody, find somebody, call me, email me, dcmlifecoach@gmail.com. I'll be there. I'll help you. I'll show you how to live. I'll help you become the best that God would have you to be. It's a journey process, and it's called life.
Thank you. Very beautiful. Such good wisdom here, and such passion. And Shanice, I want to hear more about what lights you up in the world, who you work with, and what you do for them, and the impact you're making.
Well, as a woman, women light me up in the world, and I believe that we just have to do a better job of helping each other out, especially those who are in corporate or who own their own businesses, just lifting each other up and overcoming those things that are holding you back from being the best you that you can be so that you can obtain the highest career goals possible. So with that said, I'm targeting women who are fearful of giving presentations and speaking in public. So, if you're in corporate America, it's almost inevitable that you have to speak in front of somebody at some point. And some people dread networking events, just giving a presentation on data, or, just saying hello to somebody just freaks some people out. So I was there, and it's hard to believe that I'm sitting here talking with you all now, because to think of where I was and to see where I am, I know that it's possible to overcome all of that. So working with women to own their careers, identify what that thing is, because you may find out that what you think you have issues with are not even real. It's just stuff that's in your head and it's not real. So identifying that pain point and, building a new personal brand that shows that you ooze power and confidence. And once you do that, then your career will take off, because people will start to notice you, and, you'll feel more comfortable, and people will want to listen to what you have to say.
Sure. And do you have a story about how you help somebody do this, exactly what you said?
I do. There was a young lady, and it's funny for me to say now that she was a millennial, because I'm not in that space, but she was struggling she wanted to do more in her job, but she didn't know how to get her boss to notice her more. So I worked with her on building her confidence up, increasing her visibility, because a lot of it was, I do my job, and I think that you're going to see I do my job, and based on that, you're going to give me more things to do, or you're going to promote me. And those days are over. That was like 40 years ago, when you got promoted on just merit. It doesn't work that way. So I had her she didn't even have a LinkedIn profile. So, we got her on LinkedIn, had her to start speaking up in meetings, had her to go to her boss with a solution and not just the problem. So showing that she had the initiative. And the other part of it was just, I understand she gave you a task, but what other spin could you put on that to make the task not just, okay, I completed it and I checked the box. And when she did that, she would call me in the interim when we would meet again and say, hey, I got more stuff to do, and my boss is giving me more opportunities. And she became much more confident and happy in her job. So it was just wonderful to see her go through the process.
Yeah, way to coach her on how to be a leader and then get into that leadership way. So fabulous. And Natalie, I want to learn a little bit more about what you're passionate about, who you work with, and what mission you're up to in the world.
Yeah, so I'm here to, give the message of the great goddess of creation, right? We have a mother, a divine mother, and we have forgotten it. We don't know. We know the Father, which is absolutely great, but we don't know our mother, right? And this energy is precisely the emotional energy. That's the feminine energy that's been washed away for eons, right? So I have discovered, because I have this ability, I'm a clairaudient channeler from source, right? And I've been studying with the Great Mother because she approached me. I don't know why, but it's just it. And so I have all kinds of people coming to me because they have problems in their lives, can range from health to finances to breakups, whatever. And the common thing is that they suffer and they deny it and they want to get better, right? But as long as you deny what you're suffering about, and it's unconscious, we don't know we deny, we do it with all our heart, we do the best in our lives and all that. So I go there and I tap into their subconscious tracks and I tell them the core reason why they feel this way, right? And then I give them an exercise, which is super simple, and they start to tapping into that power that's lying underneath all the time, right? And then they recover more and more and more until they can blossom in life and they have peace in their heart and in their mind. So that's what I do.
Beautiful. And how did you come to this work?
Well, it was a personal experience. I came to Hawaii from Switzerland, and I was watching Hawaii 5-0, and I needed to go there. So I took my suitcase and I went there, and I I had almost no money, just like a dive, like a kamikaze journey, right? So, and I was living with this boyfriend of mine that I had met over there anyway. And one night he didn't come home. I was just devastated. I was in so much pain. I was like feeling rejected and in intense panic, not knowing what to do. And I couldn't reach anywhere because I was by myself in a foreign country, not knowing anybody, right? So I tapped in. I went into my heart and I started to go in. And I was guided, I was guided by my intuition and by the Great Mother, which I didn't know at the time. I was calling it God, the universe, of course, I did not know. So I found this place underneath my pain. I found this clarity, this serenity, All of a sudden, all of that was washed out and I had found my source. And I was like, wow, that is amazing, And then I had found my calling, I had found a way to help myself, of course, but to help other people, right? And that's a total blessing. So I'm kind of a pioneer, and I pioneer through, and I found something, and I want to claim it, and I want to say, you can do it. Voilà.
Getting clear with the goddess. I love it. Thank you so much. And Marnie, tell us about your passion, what you're dedicated to doing in the world, and who you work with.
I'm passionate about helping people let go of the things that are defeating them, the things that are inside of us, our little voice. I'm passionate about changing that little voice. And I work with anybody, really, not just women. I work with families, I work with parents, I work with children. It just depends on who comes across my path. I've written some articles that have been published on a variety of blogs, and people will reach out to me. Oh, I've had a similar experience to that, and I'm trying to get through this right now. How did you let go of that pain or that anger or even that hatred at times? And that's what I'm really passionate about letting go and about really, truly moving on, not just speaking about it, but feeling it deep within yourself.
So how did you come to this work as a speaker, author, an expert in helping people let go?
By living by living letting go. When I wrote my book, I had no way of knowing where the journey was going to lead me. It first started, I was a runaway, and it first started as me writing a resource for other runaways. And when people would ask me what I was writing about, and I would explain to them, there would be this change in their body language. And I changed it then to writing about a missing child, which was me as a runaway. And I started to see a shift in the way that people reacted to that. The judgment went away. And I realized by calling myself a runaway, I was also judging myself. And it began the journey of really coming to terms with what I was, where I came from, what happened to me, and letting go and learning that those things really do make you stronger if you allow them to, or they hold you back if you allow them to. And it really truly is a choice as long as you're willing to feel the things you need to feel to let go of them. And that's what I want to pass on.
So beautiful. And, today's show being all about how to overcome adversity, yes, and fear. I mean, all of you, the biggest takeaway here, I feel, is you don't have to do this alone. There are resources, from the highest places. There are guides and mentors out here for you. And it's about facing your fears. And sometimes we are so blind to them that we need that support. So if there's suffering going on, chances are one of our magnificent women here today can help you. And I want to encourage every one of you to be in touch with, Darlean or Shanice or Natalie or Marnie, because you can have that life of joy and fulfillment and productivity and leadership and passion. And each one of you here today has really offered up something very special and unique. So if you resonated, any of you out there, you've resonated with any of them, please be in touch. And we have fabulous resources here, as you can see, at Women Speakers Association. If you'd like to be a part of our organization, if you have something to say, something you want to have impact, or just be surrounded by other great women, please join us. We have a free level of membership at joinwsa.com. And we also have the Premier membership if you're ready to take your visibility to the next level. So we will come back. Thank you, ladies, so much for another episode. Everybody will be back for our next time. Please join us. Bye for now.
Aloha.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Bye.
This was great.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great
Aloha.
journey.